I'm very glad that the PTA is focusing on African American children this month. We need to focus on them every day, and I'm very pleased that you are targeting certain groups of children along your whole course of the year, because obviously all children have to be our concern. But those children who are left behind and who are disproportionately poor and of color do need our special help. So I'm delighted to be here today to talk about the African American child. It is a disgrace that our country lets children be the poorest group of Americans, and the black child is the poorest of the poor. And the younger children are, and the younger black children are, the poorer they are. And I hope that this will be the beginning of attention and focused effort on the black child that will be persistent, because they need urgent and persistent attention. It's shocking that 6 states, Kentucky, Michigan, Mississippi, Ohio, Oregon, and Wisconsin, half, and I never get used to these figures, 50% or more of black children are poor. 50% of black children are poor, and in half of our states, over 40% of black children are poor. This is a disgrace. If you can't read or compute in this country, you're being sentenced to social economic death, and yet 60% of all of our children and 80% of all black children and almost 80% of all Latino children cannot read or compute in 4th or 8th grade. This is a disaster, parents and teachers, and we've got to do better. We've got to get every child ready for school. High quality early childhood education is the foundation for children doing well in school and for high school graduation. It's cost effective. We can't afford not to do it. And so it is our top policy priority this year, and I do hope that all of you in the PTA will make your voices heard with every one of your senators and congressmen. 2-year-olds don't have any politics. 4-year-olds don't have any politics. And the science and research on rapid brain development is very clear, and so we need to get the investment that a number of people now have proposed in the Congress for 0 through pre-K, not to pre-K. I am for a universal pre-K system. I love the fact that we're talking about broadening home visiting and early Head Start, and making sure that we have universal pre-K for all 4-year-olds, but I also am deeply concerned about kindergarten, and only 12 states mandate full-day kindergarten by statute, and you have new Common Core standards that are coming into place. It's so important that we also have kindergarten, and that every child has a strong foundation to be able to read and learn by 4th grade, because that's crucial. And our high school graduation rates are inadequate. The black child is less likely to graduate than others and to go on to college, and they're at risk of a cradle-to-prison pipeline that sends a black boy born in 2001, 1 in 3 chance that boy has of going to prison in his lifetimes. And we've got to begin to pay attention to how the schools are engaging children and not putting them out or feeding them into the juvenile justice system and therefore into the cradle-to-prison pipeline. And I want to just highlight the importance of examining your discipline policies. We're working with the American Association of School Administrators now on trying to figure out how we can keep children in school. I have never understood why you put children out of school in our schools, why we put children out of school in our schools, for truants and tardis for not coming to school. Find out why they are not coming to school and get them in school. I think we've got to find a way to engage our children and to have non-exclusionary methods of dealing with discipline problems. And black boys and black girls and children with special needs are those who are most at risk of being unfairly and unjustly suspended. And so I hope we will look at these practices. Make sure that schools are welcoming places. Make sure that all of our schools and teachers have high expectations for every child. Believe in children and let them understand that they can believe in themselves. Our job is to educate them, but we can educate them through empowering them. And so thank you for what you're doing. Teachers and parents together as partners can really transform the world. That is probably the most important partnership there is, and we look forward to working with you going forward. We have just issued our 2014 State of America's Children Report with national data, but it also has data on children in your states with the number of key child indicators. Please go to the Children's Defense Fund website and see how your state is comparing to others. We list out the worst states and the best states, but I hope you will go do your homework, and I then hope you will hold accountable the people who say they represent your children in your community. So it's a resource. Let's use it.